in Ottawa general, in Ottawa as a whole, 302 listings in the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, that's the most I've seen. I listed a 3-story 2-bedroom in Canada. There had only been I think 3 on the market in the last little while. And then all of a sudden 3 other ones came out the same day. So just looking at that stat alone, I think we're going to keep seeing more. I've seen a lot of listings not sell at offer time, which I'd mentioned before. I've seen more now. I've seen more raising their price after not getting offers. I've seen some cancel the listing, just come off the market because they weren't happy. They thought they were just going to make an extra $100K, and they're not. I saw 2 sell in prime locations, great properties that we all anticipated were going to sell $100,000 over each. Neither of them sold. One sold 2 days later at $10,000 over. Now, of course, that's not standard, but it's not standard for the market. We anticipated the high price sale, and we didn't anticipate that. So I think the really special ones will still keep going, but I think overall it's definitely going to start to taper off. I think I flip-flop on this a couple because it seems like it's slowing down, then it picks up, and now there's way more listings coming out than we've seen to date this year. So hopefully that satisfies some of these people.
Is there an area in town that you're seeing the most listings come out in?
No, well, I mean the suburbs generally still. I think we're getting about, I'm just trying to think of that number that I pushed out, the 300. I think there was probably about 100 and I want to say about 120 based in the suburbs, like the main suburbs of Orleans, Barrhaven, and Canada. The rest to be more towards the city and rural. But I think that people are starting to come back into the city too, a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen a large uptick the last 2-3 weeks of people getting pre-approved, and we've still been doing seminars. I know, Greg, you and I have had Kevin and I have been working together with some of the clients that you've given to him. I mean, there seems to be a large influx of buyers hitting the market as well. So the nice weather always creates a buzz, right? People are comfortable kind of being out and about and seeing what's on the market. So, it'd be interesting now to see. I wish we could see number of buyers and number of homes. I wish there was an actual number, a registry almost of who's out shopping. You know what I mean? So we could see what the actual house to buyer ratio is, because that would be a very interesting stat to see over time and how that affects prices as well.
Yeah, I mean, and from our personal online, just to go to random buyers from our personal online lead sources, I think we landed about, I want to say maybe 25, 30 calls last week. I think out of that, maybe one, 2 might convert. We'll see what happens. But that's a lot. For us, that's a lot. And we're not like a high budget online lead gen platform or team by any means, right? So I imagine there's some bigger teams that are getting super, super high volume of calls right now. Yeah. And so there's a lot of buyers out there for sure. Are they all approved? No, not at all. But they want to buy a house. That's all that matters, right? So it's coming. There's, that's process. 1 day to 1 year, 2 years, who knows?
I think I got my mic back just so everyone knows and everyone feels safe and secure. Just to
I feel so safe when that voice is paradise.
A lot better.
Yeah,
we'll be able to sleep tonight. Now, Greg, you had kind of mentioned to us too, and you touched on it in that when you're talking about the listings, but you had mentioned that there was a fallout from sellers not getting what they want and relisting. So do you have any kind of specific situations where you've seen that or anything that had a direct impact?
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. I actually have a specific number based on what happened around people that I was working with specifically. So there was 5 listings that I showed in the last week and a half. And out of those that didn't sell on offer day, we chose not to offer on offer day. 3 of those are now canceled. They relisted about 75 to 125 higher. Actually, one listed 200,000 higher. Like, come on, that one's canceled. 2 other canceled. One sold at list price. So one raised their price 50,000. They sold exactly at that price. And there's another one that's conditionally sold. So maybe they'll get that price. Maybe they won't. I think they probably will, because it's in the range of what its true value is. And then there's another one that we saw that we actually offered on in Orleans. There was 2 offers listed at 600,000. Both offers declined. Agent said the sellers are looking for $700,000. And we said, she's like, can your seller do that? I'm like, well, no, they're not approved for $700,000. We wouldn't have come and seen your house and submitted an offer, knowing at offer time that you had no other offers until the other one came in at 600. So we offered them 625. They declined. They said 700,000. We said no. And then they said, would you take 680? We're like, well, no, we're still not approved to 680. We're not approved over 630. So no, they can't do it. Sadly, that property is still sitting on the market 7 days later, and it'll probably still be sitting on the market another 7 days later. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The funny thing about that is, like, do you want your offer of 625? The other people, probably around that as well. Do you want to pay 700? No, because supply and demand is not dictating that. Like, your home value based on what the buyers want to pay is not worth that. So no, we're not going to overpay. And get shot in the foot with appraisal, with this and that, or that from a qualifying. It's such a funny game of the canceled and relist. Because I find, and we've talked about it a couple of times, but a lot of realtors that are potentially inexperienced going into these listing appointments saying, I will get you X amount, or just saying, we're going to list your place at this and get you this amount, as opposed to having real conversations with their sellers of this is what the market is. This is what the market value is. This is the pricing, this is the pricing strategy, as opposed to just blowing smoke just to win that listing so they could say they got a listing.
And this is a big problem. And I think we're going to see more of it.